Hi, I am Luis. Welcome to Etapa 19.
Yeah, the camera's here, mate. You're looking in the mic.
Was I in the middle of that when I got in the way?
No, you're alright, but he was looking in the microphone.
Pero estás mirando el micrófono. Dilo de nuevo.
Hostia, no.
Que venga.
I haven't really been drinking coffee on the bus this trip, actually, this race. I've been, it's been too hot, so I haven't been drinking any.
I've been drinking coffee. CUB Coffee Lab beans.
Although I probably should be drinking coffee today because everybody on the bus seems to be judging me. It's like, it's all Judge Bewley today. Like, it's like, as soon as I walked to breakfast this morning, Nick is like, "Oh, Sam, you look tired this morning." And Mateo's like, "Oh, how long till the start?" I said, "Oh, an hour." He goes, "Oh, you're tired, aren't you?" I'm like,
I will say, I wouldn't blame Bewley for being annoyed because Nicky's used that joke for 19 days in a row now.
It's not even funny though.
No.
It's a Danish thing. They've got no radar, eh?
Yeah, it's a real Dane thing. It's like, oh, you look crooked, eh?
like, if he wants to make jokes with me every morning, like, how's this for a joke? Your eggs are shit.
Give it up smooth, ain't no telling when I'm down for a jack move. Here's a murder rap to keep ya dancing.
Gerry, a bit of a sad time, mate. Your last day on the trip.
It is, but sad not because I'm leaving. Sad because it's your third last show. I'd just like to say on behalf of the team, thank you. You've been an important part of the character and the culture of this organisation. You've made us all look good. On behalf of the sponsors, what you've done to promote their brands, what you've done to promote the individuals in the team and the whole team. So thank you and all the best for the future.
Well, thank you, Gerry. But I think when you look back at it, you did have the vision to engage with the fans at the start. Did you expect things like the backstage to sort of explode to what they did?
No, well, as you know, that I wanted to do the Backstage Pass so that we can engage with our fans, and it's just been wonderful, the reaction and your creativity in terms from inflatable guitars to food. It's been wonderful, and I know the fans really appreciate it.
So my understanding is you guys introduced an American to Backstage Pass. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. We had it in our van on the way over here today.
And what's the reaction from an American?
I love it. I will be watching it tonight. Thank you very much. You guys are hilarious, and the videos you put in are just stupendous.
Stupendous. That's a good word. Who's your favourite character on this trip?
Character? I can't say I have a character. The Joker.
Has to be the Joker.
Yeah. What about Magnus Cort? Do you like his analogy about the Matrix?
Yeah, that was very good.
Matrix was good.
Yeah, we like that. Yeah,
the Matrix.
But I've never watched the Matrix, so actually I wouldn't know.
All right. What about Neil Stevens, the sheriff?
The sheriff? I was more interested in the Matrix.
But so isn't it better just to find out, like Magnus, are you meant to be in the break or are you meant to go away or what? Because if it makes our job a bit easier.
It doesn't really matter if it's a simulation or if this is real life stuff. Live it the same way. I think we'll have to put a link below about the simulation hypothesis, and then people they can read up on this. And I think especially maybe Jones here and many of the people in the bus here have to read a little bit.
Have you picked between Adam and Simon? Who's your favourite?
Adam, definitely, always Adam, because he's the. I was going to say. Because when that horrible thing, inflatable, landed on your head, and you must have hit the ground. And you didn't. I bet you didn't just land on the inflatable bit. You didn't we didn't see you afterwards shouting and swearing, and you were,
It's good. What I do on these always.
Phase you at all?
So,
the sort of bloke he is.
I've never seen Yankee swear in my life.
Yeah, another person here on the Vuelta is my brother Marco. He's come over here first time in a race with me over in Europe, and he's helping the boys giving out some bottles. And so I believe a bit of a comment about Magnus Cort.
I'm fairly sure that in the game that is the computer game that is life, I'm pretty sure Magnus is the coolest bloke on the planet. He I'm like a bloopers page, and he's like the one where they reset and get it perfect every time. So his words of wisdom always coming out of Magnus. Stick with him.
And he's always polite, and he always says thank you.
Well, he's incredible. Every time I give a bottle, he always says thanks. He's probably just grateful I didn't hit him on the head with it. But yeah, no, it's great.
What about these rest of the blokes? They're a bit rude, are they?
Some of the other Swannies can be a bit rude. They're a bit pushy on the road, pushing for positions. But fortunately, I'm the fattest bloke on the tour, so I can bounce me out of the way.
We need to get Jack in time. I know it's hard. We need to get Jack in time. Points to these guys at the foot of the climb. Sam's of the opinion with 2 Trek guys in front that they're going to do something on this climb.
Here we have the Trek boys preparing for what's known as the Contador Crush.
I made it to the front group, but I was empty, and then I tried my best to follow, but I got dropped. And then,
the main thing is you had to go, mate.
Yeah, you have to try. I tried, then I stay. When I was dropped, I went easy, and then I wait for the group behind with Esteban and Jack till the final. 1 day more to go. 2, actually.
A little bit better today, and I just hope in Madrid the sheriff will give me my passport. I'm really wondering about that.
Did you attack today?
No.
Then you should be sweet.
But maybe tomorrow I will try. But yeah, I need to talk with the sheriff, and maybe you can give me one hand, please.
Hey, mate. At the end of the day, you can always get an Australian passport off Gerry. You're sweet.
Yeah, I told you I'm born in Colombia, but I'm Australian, bro.
Hey, Kun, how you going, mate? Hey, I just want to ask you, how's it been travelling around with the Alberto farewell tour?
Well, it's quite impressive, to be honest. If you see all these people around here, it's every day it's the same. You know, before the start, after the finish, it's really incredible, and the time he takes for all his fans, I really admire that.
And how you gone, like even just weaving through crowds? Like I saw one of your banners or your barricades had a bit of a bend in it. Is it getting a bit scary and nerve-wracking at times?
Yeah, it is a little bit. When Alberto comes out, the first couple of days when we weren't quite prepared, it was a bit scary. You know, they walked all our bikes over, they broke all the barriers. It was absolutely nuts. But now in general we have about 3 or 4 policemen at the start, and they managed to keep the crowds a bit calmer.
Hey bro. Hey. Big wifey. See you later, mate. Big wifey, good job, mate. First day not in Gruppetto.
How was today, Thug Life?
Finished Lycee. Did you? Yeah, first day that he hasn't been in Gruppetto the whole race. Should have seen him. He was like going full gas the last 10k. He was not going back to the Gruppetto.
Contador?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh. Go on, Birdo!